Some people have greatness thrust upon them, even the most unlikely people. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we will explore the comic book origins of Nova.
Almost there now!
As with most comic book characters, there are often reimaginings and different versions to a character's past. We've chosen to primarily follow the storyline which unfolded in 1976's Nova #1, which was expanded upon in 1993's New Warriors #42 and 2013's Nova Volume 5, numbers 1 to 3. The hero known as Nova wears a special uniform, which gives him access to an energy source called the Nova Force. This imbues him with a range of powers, including super strength, flight, speed, and the ability to release energy balls. All in all, it's a pretty handy little suit to have around. Audiences first met Nova in 1976 in his civilian identity of Richard Ryder, a high school student with an inferiority complex. The object of considerable bullying, Rich was constantly being told to get himself some confidence, but that was easier said than done. Fortunately for Rich, things were about to change. A spaceship approaching Earth contained a being of incredible power known as Nova Prime. He revealed that his homeworld of Xandar had been destroyed by an evil monster called Zor. Nova Prime had been mortally injured in his unsuccessful fight against Zor. With only moments to live, he randomly directed a beam of incredible energy towards the Earth, hoping to find a successor in his fight against Zor. That beam happened to strike Rich Ryder, knocking him into a coma. Though he was unresponsive to the world around him, Rich's mind had established a link with that of Nova Prime. The alien told Rich that he was passing on to him his invincible Nova powers, and that Rich must use them to fight Zor and anyone else who seeks to do evil. When Nova Prime bequeathed his powers to Rich, the boy awoke from his coma, releasing a force beam of massive energy as he did so. Although he was initially unsure whether his conversation with Nova Prime had been a dream, he soon discovered that it was not. When Zor arrived on Earth to begin a new, destructive rampage, Rich donned his Nova suit and engaged in battle. Being new and inexperienced, Rich made some mistakes in fighting Zor, but he was faring well when Zor suddenly disappeared. Apparently, Nova Prime had enough power left to bring Zor aboard his ship and destroy the monster before dying himself. With his new powers, Rich dedicated himself to fighting evil in all of its forms, taking the name Nova for his costumed identity. In subsequent years, Rich found that Nova Prime was actually one of many members of an elite police force known as the Nova Corps. He eventually came into contact with Garth and Saul, another surviving member of the Nova Corps who had somehow absorbed all the powers of Nova Force. Rich and Saul were merged into one body, which they then used to help recreate the world of Xandar, which Zor had destroyed. In this recreated Xandar, Rich was chosen to be the new Nova Prime. In 2011, a new Earthling took on the mantle of Nova, and his origin was revealed in 2013. Sam Alexander was a 15-year-old stuck in carefree Arizona and ashamed of his alcoholic father. What Sam didn't know is that before his birth, his father Jesse had also been a member of the Nova Corps. When his former colleagues, Rocket Raccoon and Gamora, showed up, they transferred to Sam the uniform and powers of Nova, and called upon him to help save the Earth from annihilation. Sam agreed, of course, because it was better than being bored to death at school, am I right? Both Rich Ryder and Sam Alexander come from a long line of Marvel heroes who started off as outsider teenagers. Being gifted with the Nova powers certainly made a big difference in their lives, and provided fans with plenty of awesome action and outlandish adventures as well.
I did it! Whoa, I rock!
Are you a fan of the cosmic superhero Nova? For more comic book origins, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.